Founders Live is a social platform for entrepreneurs all around the world. It's a community to inspire, educate, and entertain. We hold events in a growing number of cities to highlight emerging talent. And online, we have videos, posts, articles. As entrepreneurs, we're incredibly lonely sometimes, so I wanted to connect other founders to help solve their problems.
This is a good atmosphere to see the different problems that a lot of different industries and startups are handling.
The ultimate vision for Founders Live is a global entrepreneurial community where startups and founders connect with anyone else in the world, and instantly they've reached millions of people, possibly even raised money.
I love new ideas. I love
drink your drink.
I
can get you another
Founders Life was created on a foundation of 4 core values. First, respectful authenticity. You should feel comfortable in just being who you are. Core value number 2, gather around the campfire. We're figuratively sitting around a campfire telling stories. So we encourage you to describe the future that you imagine.
Get everybody from all different age groups, all different industries, and talk about growing companies. That's what it's all about.
Core value number 3, open the door. My success has come from others opening a door for me. We encourage doing great things for people without expecting a return. And the final core value, no name tags. You'll notice that you're not wearing a name tag. That is just an analogy of removing the awkwardness. So if you want to know their name, simply walk up and shake their hand. People pitch their business idea with only 99 seconds. We have 4 minutes of Q&A, and you're going to cast your vote, infusing the 4 core values, short, exciting pitches, and then having a crowd around the world voting. The best startup creates such a unique experience. This will not be your last Founders Live event. We hope to see you at the next Founders Live. How about that video? This is a great one. Zenergy Films and Josh Berenstein shot that 2 years ago. He's our city leader actually in Portland, and they do great work, obviously. But hello, Seattle! Welcome to Founders Live Seattle. My name is Nick Hughes. I started Founders Live in Seattle 5.5 years ago, and just blessed to be here and to share with you what's going on. But first, I want to say, who is in this room that this is their very first Founders Live? Awesome, look at that. Congratulations. Like I said in the video, this is not going to be your last. But what I want to start with is some things that I have thought about as I've been out on the road, which I'll talk about in a second. But this question, what scares you? I had to really think about this 8.5 months ago, but actually it was hitting me quite a bit before that. But I think this is a very important question. My guess is that there are subtle things that when you consider, not just like, is there a monster under the bed, which I think is kind of funny, but when you consider actually the fears in your life and what subtle things are actually holding you back. There are subtle things, whether you see them or not, that are essentially holding you back from your potential. The reason why I know this is because I was there. You all, if you've been here a while, and if you remember, it was Feature Friday at the time, which is pretty amazing that back in the day, before this became this big thing, it was a small little event in Seattle, but as it started growing, I was there, and I realized that I was being held back by some of the fears that I had, and some of the things I didn't know. Some of the things that were obvious, and some of the things I didn't know. But I did a lot of work, and I finally decided to just bust through those fears. And within this story that happened anyway, I got out of my comfort zone, and I hit the road. And I can just tell you that by going on this tour that you see right here, so I left in January. I've been on a year-long world tour. I've traveled 20,000 miles. Thank you. These are Founders Life cities that I have spent time in, and 16 plus cities. Basically, the numbers are the months. It's been amazing. So, obviously, there's not a line back to Seattle, but the next city I go to will be New York, I was just in Boston. In July, I spent the entire month in, I was just in DC. I spent the entire month in Boston. You can see, the trail before that. I then now go to New York for September. I go to London in October. I go to Africa in a couple cities in November, and I go to South America in December. And you'll see that right over here. And the reason why I'm showing you this is that's scary. But I'm telling you, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. And getting on the road and seeing, this happen, every week and every month, I'm doing this with new people, and these are my customers. And going and seeing the people in person and talking with them and seeing their response to Founders Live is tremendously changing the company. And so I can tell you that I've grown more in the last 8 months than I have in the last 3 years. And a lot of that is due to just busting through this fear that is so fake. It's just it's my mind telling me that I can't do that. And I hope that you all can take this and see that there's things in your life that you gotta bust through them. And if you need help, you can talk to someone here, you can talk to me, you can talk to other advisors, but just ask for help and say, is there something I'm missing? How do I break through this? Because I can tell you that it's going to change your life, just like it's changed mine. And I hope that that's the message. This is going to be great. We're going to hear from 5 early stage companies. It's going to be fun. But that's what you want to take away from this. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to quickly run through Founders Live, what it is, where we're going, and then we will hear from some partners and sponsors, and then we'll get to the show. But Founders Live is a platform to inspire, educate, and entertain entrepreneurs around the world. We have both a global platform and essentially a social network, as well as live events that happen in cities around the world. So, look, this is what we built. This is a homepage for you as an entrepreneur. There's a lot of great content, information, education there. It's something that can add value to you every single day. But these events, this is our format. Hundreds of guests, 5 companies, 99 seconds, 4 minutes of Q&A from you, the audience. Please ask questions tonight. We will vote, and there will be a winner, and it's going to be really fun. So, our goal is to be the world's largest entrepreneurial platform, and we're getting there. And so, what started here in Seattle, all the way in 2014, is now really expanding around the world, and it's accelerating. I can tell you that. This map doesn't really even do justice anymore, but you'll see. We're roughly in 45, almost 50 markets globally. That's 18 countries at this point, and it's just starting to massively grow. And it's, why? It's because people want opportunity and people want equality. That's it. It's not about Silicon Valley, it's about everyone around the world. They want opportunity to better their life. And that's why this is spreading. So we're excited. Singapore will be our 50th city in October. I'm not sure I'll get there at this point, but I'm really excited to see that. That's a big milestone. And we're pumped about that. So these are the next cities. Abuja, Nigeria, Mexico City, Fukuoka, Japan, Bogota, Colombia. Which, by the way, this is a geographic. I'm learning every day how to say names of cities and where is that? I Google it and I'm oh, geez, okay, that's weird. It's been fun. This is happening right now. That's the coolest thing, right? There's people right now sitting in other cities doing Founders Live, and we're all in the same community, we're all doing the same thing. So these cities are today. London was earlier today, but those cities are happening right now. So that's pretty cool. If you know anyone in a city that, hey, I grew up in Cleveland or something, and if you know anyone or you're from there, let us know. We are expanding, we're growing rapidly, and definitely open to hearing about that. So please reach out, share this concept with a friend, and if they want to start it, we'll talk. The last thing I want to cover is our core values. These are why it's growing, for sure, 100% why. So first one is respectful authenticity, and this is really about inclusion. And look, we ask that you be your authentic self, but you respect others in their authentic self. And if you think about that and you look at the depth of that, this is really about not caring what people look like, what skin color they are, what gender they are. They should be included. And more importantly, they should be on the stage talking about their visions and dreams. And so that's what we're about. We're about having a diversity in founders and a diversity in representation. That's first and foremost. Second is what we call gather around the campfire. Like I said in the video, this is really, as an entrepreneur, you really need to understand how to tell a story and inspire people to follow you. If you can't share your vision and tell a story like you're entertaining someone like around a campfire, you're gonna struggle. And so that's why we do this. That's why we put people on stage for 99 seconds to learn how to craft their message and their story. Thirdly, open the door. Big one for me, just do great things for people without expecting a return, because it's gonna totally come back to you. And I've gotten to where I'm at with people doing a lot of great things for me, and we now just ask that you just turn around and open the door for people. It will come back to you tenfold. And last thing is, you're not wearing a name tag, and that's just a funny way of saying, hey, we're really about having fun, removing the awkwardness of business events. This is again why I think it's spreading around the world, because people, it's cool music, it's fun, it's upbeat, the vibe is great, and I just think name tags are just so tacky. So I'm done with it. I don't know about you, but I'm done with it. And with that, just remember, do what scares you. You're gonna love it, and you'll thank me later. Okay? Thank you. So with that, we're going to hear from partners and sponsors, because Founders Live would not be where it's at if we didn't have great local sponsors, specifically here in Seattle as well as around the world. First and foremost, I want to bring up whoever from ThinkSpace. I know that someone is going to talk from ThinkSpace, but I just want everyone to look to the right and just appreciate this view. This view is amazing and beautiful. So, yeah. So let's hear it for ThinkSpace.
Hi guys, my name is Noelle. I am the event lead here at ThinkSpace Seattle. I used to work at the front desk. I just got hired as the event lead, so working on it. So welcome to ThinkSpace. We are the only co-working space with this amazing view, great balcony view. If you haven't been up there, go and check it out. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you would like to come in for a free co-working day, we do have day passes for you at the front desk there. Not only do we have co-working memberships, but we have physical offices, event spaces, meeting rooms, and a dedicated desk den here. So if you want to come check us out, come on in. If you have any events that you're looking for, if you have holiday parties, anything you'd like, I'm here for you. I'm the event lead, so come on and check me out. Thank you.
When I did live in Seattle, or I had a residence here, I was actually pretty close over here, and I would come in all the time, and it's just a beautiful place. Wintertime, still pretty good, but summertime is beautiful, and they actually have a dock out there. I don't know if you know this, there's a pretty sweet dock out there, you can go kick it, and so you should check it out. I now want to bring up a brand new partner and sponsor. I'm really excited about this, just not only here in Seattle, but there's some great opportunities going forward. But we have now gotten to really in touch and a growing relationship with WeWork Labs, and I want to thank Elizabeth first. So come up here real quick. Elizabeth and I have known each other a long time, and it's just been, this is a great example of just keep the conversation going. And I felt like you said that to me in January, and I was like, don't say that. When you hear that from like a potential, partner or sponsor, it's like, oh. But I will come back. And so we now are striking up a really great partnership. And so I'm not sure which one of you was going to talk. Yeah. Why only have one? So I'm excited about WeWork Labs and what they're offering. And here's the clicker. If you just click right, is advance. And we're going to hear what they have to say.
Also, I am just so excited to be here and actually having Nick here. I just feel so honored. It's just so great to see you.
Thank you.
And I missed you. Seattle's not the same without you. So you have to come home all the time. You cannot live anywhere else. You can visit, but you have to make Seattle always your home.
I will.
You promise?
I promise. You all heard that? Boston was pretty good.
No, shut up. Seattle is the best city in the entire world, and that's just how it is. Go visit, but come home.
Okay. I can do that.
Good. WeWork Labs. We are the global So WeWork is everything you know, beautiful workspace, creatively designed, something that can that can take care of you no matter where you are. But WeWork Labs is really for the founders and the innovators, where we help you from that space to scale up with resources, right? Not just space, but programming and resources to really help you in that journey. And our mission is just to help you fulfill your destiny. And it does sound really corny, I get it, but we actually believe that we are your servant to help connect you in these resources. So we are your tour guides in the innovation space.
And we're super excited to kick off this partnership with Founders Live, specifically for the Seattle community. And so my name is Aileen McGraw. I'm the Seattle WeWork Labs manager, so you can think of me as the face and the person to hold accountable for early stage startup growth here in the city. So we'd love to talk with any of you who have any questions. But for the qualifying startups who are early stage, all that jazz, 10% off Labs membership, which includes access to all the mentors, everything. I'm going to breeze through this because I want to hear some pitches. But also a free co-working day. Come up, access our mentors depending on the day. Hit me up, we'll find a great day for you. And then it's a community. Startups start somewhere, but then they become larger companies. So for the professionals in the room and community members here, we also want to help you get to know the entrepreneurial spirit that is alive in the city. So we're offering you a free hot desk at a Seattle location, and or some of our locations can offer up to 35% off office space. So QR code over there will help you redeem all of that. But again, it's not just space. We really want to bring your ideas to life tactically and in a very rigorous and heartfelt way. So thank you so much to all of you for being here today. A quick breeze through what we do. Read. What we do, everything from big events to all-member stand-ups, so many things. And just a swipe through this is mentors here in Seattle that we do have, as well as our New York team that can always provide insight and resources, driven by a larger curriculum that I'm always tapping into to help bring the right mentors on site. But again, most important is that this is a night about the founders here tonight. I can't wait to hear all these pitches. And we're so grateful to Nick for being a fabulous partner. Seattle is such a unique place for startups. We believe that we can provide such soul, spirit, and also skill to the way you're building your company. So thank you for letting us bring this opportunity to
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited. I think that there's a lot going to happen with that. Next, I want to invite up Bill from Now CFO. You will recognize this individual. He's been around a while now, and another brand and another company that actually in a number of cities. So I'll let him pitch Now CFO, but very similar in a way to Founders Live, where they have offices in a number of cities. We actually overlap in quite a few, and I really thank Bill for he's really starting to introduce me to the others in all these cities. So thank you so much. But we're going to start rolling out in a number of different cities these partnerships with Now CFO. So let's hear it.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, this is our second year sponsoring Founders Live. I've been up here quite a bit. So this time I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. For those of you who this is your first time here, normally I come up here and I tell you the secret to raising millions of dollars. So if you want to know that secret, come find me afterwards. But for the next 2 weeks, Now CFO, we're partnering with Mary's Place to help with families that are dealing with homelessness. And they have a program called the Make a Home program, which they've identified a family, they've helped them get them into a new home, and we are going to partner with them to help furnish that apartment and give them a place to move into. So we're collecting donations for the next 2 weeks. So if you have any household items that you'd like to donate, please come see me. We're collecting those items. And if you've got a business that you've got, at the end of it, we're gonna give a shout out to everyone. They'll be in our social media. You help put this family into a home. So please come see me after that if you have something you'd like to donate.
And they also help with some finances. But great cause. I now want to bring up Brandon from Object Studio. Brandon, yeah, thank you so much for sponsoring and partnering, and I'll let him tell you. I have your slides that you sent a while ago. It's still relevant, man.
Just the first ones.
Okay.
All right, great. So yeah, I'm Brandon from Object Studio. So you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about the resources and things that they can offer you. We offer coding services. So if you have that great idea and you need someone to actually bring it to life, helping you create the next big great thing, next big thing, come talk to me and we can help take that idea from a napkin sketch to actual software that runs out in people's phones or on the web or wherever. So yeah, see me after.
Thank you. Thank you. One more, Troy, step up here real quick, and then we do have some other sponsors and partners, but we're going to mix them into the show just so we can get going. But I want to introduce Troy. Also, similar to Bill and now CFO, Bernstein has, they have offices in a number of different cities that we overlap, and Troy has been doing a great job of introducing me to the partners over there. So, following Open the Door. But let's hear what you guys got going on. Thanks, bud.
So, I'm here because I want to help you as entrepreneurs and business owners. For those of you who don't know, Bernstein is a global investment research and management firm. We work with wealthy people, and we want you entrepreneurs to be wealthy people so we can manage your money. It's that simple. It's that simple. So I'm here to help you. We're not going to charge. If you want to be introduced to investors, let me know. If you want to be introduced to attorneys or tax people or salespeople, anyone that can help make your business a success, come talk to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm a former startup owner. I've been in many of your shoes. I successfully failed at a startup. I don't want you to fail. So come talk to me. This is a great forum. Thanks, Nick.
He said something very key in there, if you didn't catch it, which is these individuals know people that probably are doing some investing, and they've had exits before. And so someone like Troy can hear what you need and point you in the right direction. So definitely take him up on that. All right, so I want to touch on a couple more, and then we're going to get into it, which is exciting. All the presenters tonight receive $5,000 credit to Amazon AWS. That's $5,000, guys. We thank Amazon and AWS for that. We also have a great partnership with Google and Google Cloud, and I can tell you that very excited about this. We hold, I think it's in 4 cities now, we hold our events at Google offices where it makes sense and they have space. And Google Cloud has been just amazing. So you get, all presenters get $3,000 credit to Google Cloud. I mean, these are also, the keyword is also. Then the winner gets $20,000 credit to Google Cloud. Yes! That's amazing. It's not cash, but it's as close to it as you're gonna get. And so, man, we thank them. And there's gonna be a lot more that comes down the line with all this. And I wish I could stand up here and tell you all the things that are coming down in the next couple of years, but I'll let you wait. So we're gonna get going with the show. So, okay, what's going on? We reviewed this before, but we're gonna hear from 5 early stage companies. We're gonna hear them pitch. You are gonna ask questions. That's the key. And what's so funny is like we all wait for the first person to raise their hand, and then everyone raises their hand. So just be the first person to raise your hand for the question, and then we'll get everything going. And then we're gonna cycle through the 5, and at the end we're all gonna vote, which is exciting. So this is the order. We have globe spinning first, Uscript second, Thing Blue third, Amy fourth, which is exciting, and then the 5th one is TerraQ. All right, 5 early stage companies, 5 really cool stories. Are you ready? That will be what we scan when we vote. So, and you also have a piece of paper in front of you that is going to be what we vote. So here we go. You ready, Amy?
Ready.
All right. On Go ahead.
Okay, who here loves to travel? Right, probably a pretty silly question, right? How about this question? Who here in the past has reached out to their friends asking for trip advice?
Yes.
Exactly. You are not alone. In fact, we see this every single day on social media where people are reaching out to their friends asking for vacation ideas. It's because we trust our friends over any form of advertising or any review, let's be honest. So that's where Globe Spinning comes to the rescue. We take what travelers are already doing, which is taking photos on their smartphone while on their trips, and turning into post-trip itineraries that they can share with their friends, and then their friends can book that same trip. So let me quickly walk you through the app and show you how it works. So any one of you today can add a trip to Globe Spinning. All you have to do is select photos from your camera roll, and Globe Spinning does the rest. We list out where you stayed, where you ate, all the activities you did, even a map of your route each day. And what I love most of all is now all my trips from around the world are located under my own profile, so I'll never forget that name of that cute cafe in Paris ever again. Now when your friends come asking for your itinerary, you can share with them in seconds on any social platform. Here I give an example of me sharing on Facebook, where my friends can click on that trip, see all the details, and then book it for themselves. So now you can help your friends plan their next trip. I encourage you to download Globe Spinning. It's easy to use, it's fun, and it's free. I can't wait to see your itineraries. Thank you. Any questions?
Questions? And you just pick.
Okay.
And shout. Just raise your voice.
Troy.
Amy, how are you going to monetize this?
The way that we make money is through affiliate commission. So every time your friend books parts or all of your trip, we make a percent of commission. Also, we've been in talks with travel companies that are so excited about having a social platform. As you probably know, personalization is kind of a key buzzword in travel today. And so they are super excited about partnering with us as well. So that's another way of revenue. Right here.
Yeah, Google Trips recently said they're going to close down. Have you got a plan for taking advantage of that?
Yes, absolutely. There's been word that they're not necessarily closed down, they're just kind of hovering. We know that the travel companies such as Expedia and Booking spend over $10 billion each year with Google. And so in the meantime, Google is taking all the information, and these travel companies are worried that now they've been pulling out the information, are they creating a travel company all their own? Which is likely yes. So with Globe Spinning is a great partnership because we don't touch Google at all or any search engine marketing because it's all social meets travel, and you're sharing your trip with your social graph, and your friends can then book it straight from there. Yes, in the back.
How many users are there currently in the network?
Yes, we have over 7,000 downloads, over 1,000 trips from around the world on the app. You know, we just launched on Android, but we are on all platforms.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did you think of B2B experience events? For example, a lot of big companies have large conferences and events, like sort of white labeling this and serving them.
Yes, we definitely have been reaching out to different categories of travelers. So right now, by leisure, people traveling, extending their business trips, adding on a couple days. They want to find fun, new ways, and different experiences and get that from their friends. So connecting with those events, also different categories, a lot of people, you know, family travel, you know, vacation, honeymoons, all that. Yes, back here.
Do you think about affiliate marketing for your users as well? Do they get commissions in that sense?
Yes, we have. So that's one way we plan on gaining our user base. Good question. So we do plan on giving, there's a lot of people that give rewards programs, things like that. If you're the original creator of that trip and your friends book that same trip, it would be awesome if you got also a kickback for that. So that's in the works as well.
One more question.
Yes, in the back.
What's your privacy policy when people post a trip? Does everyone see it, or is it just your friends? Is that something as well?
Yes, so we do have a privacy in place. Right now, when you post a trip, all other travelers can see it, so you're helping all other travelers, but we do have that down the way of making your trips private very soon.
All right, let's hear it for GlobeSpin. All right, hey, is Dan Savage in the room? Did Dan already take off? Oh, unfortunately, Dan is not in the room, but I'm going to give him a shout out, even though he's not here. But Dan ran the event last month, so I was going to publicly thank him, but he had a gig going. So, but we thank him anyway. Yes, let's give it up. And second person, Katie Chase, where are you? So I'm going to bring Katie Chase up really quickly. Katie has been a great help. Katie, as well as Christina, so give a little wave. Christine Brennan, these two individuals have been so important in helping our founders prepare and pitch coaching, right? And so, let's hear a little message from Katie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, I will be brief, and I want to start with a question. How many of you have been in a position to raise your hand or stand on a stage or lift your voice about something you deeply care about, but under pressure?
Yes, the whole time.
Okay, so you know the feeling of heart raised, enthusiasm, you really care, everything's on the line, and it really matters how everything goes. Our whole person is communicating. So when I was 9, I started as a violinist, and I had an instrument that made the music for me. It was great. If it didn't sound quite right, it was related to the instrument. But when I was in high school, I became a singer. And when I got on stage as the lead in the musical, I was the instrument. And when I was in a car accident and had broken ribs and shoulder blade and whatever, lots of et cetera, many comments to that story, I realized that I had to work on my instrument because my whole life was an instrument of what I wanted to do. So fast forward a little bit, I founded a company, I got an MBA, and I realized that what I really love doing is helping whole people be the instrument of what they love. So if you want to work on you and telling the story you believe in to advance your mission, I'd love to talk to you. Send me an email, wakikata@gmail.com. Thanks.
That was good. Okay, UScript. Wiping the tears away here. All right, are you ready?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Talk really fast.
Really fast. And to the right is forward.
Okay.
And
To the right is forward.
yeah, on my.
1, 2, 3.
Whenever you're ready.
No. It's not going.
No, that button right there.
Oh, sorry.
That's the button.
This is Michael. He died of an overdose because, like 1 in 20 patients, he had a DNA variation that, in concert with his other medications, made his drug unsafe for him. I've been in precision medicine since 2000, when I first heard his story. And since then, have spoken with literally thousands of people about the widespread barriers to adoption of technology that likely could have saved him. The questions are the same. How do I know who is at risk? How do I reduce that risk? And how do I know this actually works with validated studies? UScript answers these questions. Unfortunately, Michael's story is not uncommon. A patient dies every 2 minutes from non-optimized meds, and we spend more on them than any major chronic disease, 528 billion. And the more meds, the more likely you are to have a problem. We now have 50 million taking 5 or more a day. That's expected to double by 2040. Yet we've used the same outmoded binary interaction alerts for decades. UScript is solving that, making the same jump forward we took when we moved from those paper maps to real-time traffic apps. Only instead of warning of traffic jams, we warn of metabolic traffic jams, whether the cause is drugs, genes, herbals, or other factors. And just like your app reroutes, we provide safer drugs or doses that reduce the risk. We've published multiple studies In the last one, we had a 52% drop in readmissions and an 85% drop in death. Please reach out if you want to help us end avoidable adverse drug events like Michael's.
Well done, great job. Okay, questions? You go ahead and choose.
So the readmissions is the most data associated with it in your presentation. What's the response usually when you bring that up with potential partners, customers, stakeholders?
Yeah, so right now we are focused on health systems where they're both a payer and provider because frankly, the economics in our healthcare system are still a little broken. And they're very keen on our ability to drive down the cost of care, reduce readmissions, hospitalizations, and ER visits. I didn't have time for more studies, but we have other outcomes as well.
Is your target customer individuals or medical organizations?
We sell into healthcare systems. We're integrated in Epic, Cerner, and Allscripts so far.
How do you deal with data protection and HIPAA compliance?
Oh, it's super fun. We put everything at rest and in motion, and we have an entire HIPAA security team and have to fill out super fun, multi-million-thousand questionnaires anytime we partner with a healthcare organization. We have an entire team dedicated to it, and we're constantly, doing an improvement process.
You have the double helix in your logo.
Yes.
Do you do any DNA analysis?
Yeah, so part of what we do is flagging patients for appropriate genetic testing. So we just had a patent issued actually in February, and we can stack rank patients that are most likely to benefit from genetic tests that will optimize their drug and dose regimen. And once that information is available, we can then provide drug and dose optimization guidance, not just on other factors, but also their unique genetic makeup.
Is the data that you're getting international or US only?
Currently, we're focused in the US market. We are about to sign a contract up in Canada as well. But right now we want to focus where we can predominantly stay in the US language and with US medications. Any other questions?
Let's go a couple more.
What if somebody wants to interact with you, like you said you're partnered with these other organizations, how does a patient go about trying to push for this so that they can have access to it?
That's a great question. We've actually partnered with a local lab, Genelex. So if you go to genelex.com, you can get testing and access to our software for your healthcare providers or pharmacists, especially important for patients taking a lot of medication. So if you have an elderly relative that has to take a lot of medications, that's something that can really help keep them well.
What's your exposure as an enterprise, say, if your algorithm misses something and I end up dying, right?
Oh, wow, yeah. So we are thankfully a clinical decision support tool. So our tool is provider facing, and part of how that works is that we provide direct access to any references on the advice that we give in our tool. And the FDA is very clear on clinical decision support tools. You have to give providers the ability to make independent clinical judgment. So we've been very careful to make everything evidence-based and referenceable. That way it's on the provider instead of us.
One more question. Great job. Great answer. One more question real quick.
What are you asking for? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so right now we are working on finalizing our 10 million Series A. We're in due diligence with a few people. But I think more importantly, for this crowd, if you know any high net worth individuals that want to write a 10 million check, that would as well. I think just building the awareness that this is such a huge problem. There's a lot of talk about certain diseases, but really, non-optimized medications, we are spending more than any single disease state. It's huge, it's a really big problem. So.
All right, let's hear it for you, Script. So now I want to recognize Dan Savage. He had to step outside to take a quick call. Real quick, you have 30 seconds. To say anything you want, man.
Anything I want. Well, obviously, everyone, welcome to ThinkSpace, and awesome to have Nick back in town, even if just for a moment. So, welcome back to Seattle, Nick. So, looking forward to seeing everyone next month for the next Founders Live. Looking forward to hosting the next event. having you all out there, so please come back again next month.
You know, part of going on this tour, I really had to think about, okay, like, who's gonna step up? And when I put out the message, a number of people have stepped up and taken leadership and slid in and ran this event when I have not been here, and Dan's been one of them, so thank you so much. All right, Kevin, where are you at? You ready? Good work, baby. Get this button to the right. Think blue.
Think Blue was created to operationalize data management and predictive analytics in the cannabis industry. So for those of you that don't like cannabis, tune out for a little bit, please. The industry, as everybody is probably aware of, is exploding. The growth is unbelievable. It's the fastest growing industry in the United States today. And when you look at it, there's 11 states already approved recreational and 33 that have approved the CBD side of it. It continues to grow. Last year, Congress, in their infinite wisdom, passed the 2018 Farm Bill, which now opened up hemp. And so there's over literally 25,000 applications for hemp, including concrete, etc. So the industry is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. With all this growth, though, there's a lot of competition. Competition has brought a price increase in the industry of almost 40% over the last 2 years. This is squeezing the heck out of a lot of operators, processors out in the marketplace. A lot of them, as you'll find out, is prevalent use of spreadsheets, whiteboards, and disparate databases. So they're trying to make decisions with old world tools, basically. So what we have done is we've built a platform, a data management platform, and a workflow engine that aggregates their data, pulls it together, and provides business intelligence back to them in easily digestible information such as dashboards, reports, and KPIs.
A few more.
Vote and vote often. Thank you.
All right. Big blue, good job. Questions? You're thinking it.
Yes.
How does being specific to the marijuana and hemp industry help your analytics be more robust and successful?
Again, there's work processes, right? The industry itself is very labor intensive right now. So as an example, one of the things that we're delivering here in the next 30 days is kind of an intelligent order mechanism. So we're downloading orders and then creating the workflows for them. Eventually then what that leads to is, as we're looking at the timelines of orders coming in and things, creating these tools for them, the recipes, if you will, for our clients. So rather than having to create work orders and everything else for them, we can automatically create these things for them based upon the orders that came in. Yes?
How different are you from a typical service provider, IT service provider?
We are based on a Microsoft Azure stack right now, and we deliver the product offering as a managed service provider. There's not a lot of technical expertise in the industry, and even what's there with the larger grow operations or processors, they're strapped right now for work hours. So we provide the service for them. All they need to do is provide a tablet or a PC to access the application. Yes?
Do you have a current user base?
I'm sorry?
Current user base?
Yes, we have beta clients in. We raised $240,000 on a pre-seed. We're looking for $1.2 million now on a seed round. We have a handful of clients. We just signed a contract last week that they want to take us into Jamaica and then eventually into Africa. So I really need the 1.2 million. Yes?
What's your revenue model?
So there's implementation consulting fees up front. So we got to identify the databases and stuff that we're pulling together through our data aggregation engine. And then there's a monthly recurring fee.
Let's go a couple more.
Yes?
Do your customers have to pay you in cash?
Actually, it's a good question. Because we don't touch the plant, we're paid either wire transfers or checks. Yes?
Are there any state or federal regulations that your software needs to be compliant with?
they can treat us as what's called a 280E expense. So it's one of the federal restrictions is what you can deduct from your operating expenses. It's very limited. We fall under that category, so they could use us as an expense off their federal taxes.
Last question.
And I did bring free samples, so.
All right, well, let's hear it for Thing Blue. Here we go. All right, where's the other Nick in the room? Come on up, buddy. So you probably recognize this fella, but I want to recognize and highlight Nick Ellingson from WTIA, which was good. WTIA. Just repping the shirt. I love this shirt, man. Yeah. Size medium. Yeah.
You have to come back more.
All right. What do you got to say?
What's up, everyone? I'm Mike. Good to be back. Good to see you all. Been out a couple months at weddings, but yeah, it's good to be back. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm trying to get out of the way as much as I can. I work at the Washington Tech Industry Association. I run our startup programs, and so we basically provide stage-appropriate resources to startups. Could be an investor intro, could be health insurance, could be a shoulder to cry on, could be just an introduction that you didn't know that you needed that we have. And as always with Founders Live, because we love Nick so much and love Founders so much, we give free memberships to all the presenters. So I know a few of you already, but connect with me afterwards and we'll get that going.
All right, Amy. Making space for you. You ready? All right, here we go. And then this is the button, just push it to the right.
Can't say anything about it. But, sorry, what is it?
To the right.
Next to the right?
You got it.
All right. Woo!
You got it.
All right, learning curves. All right.
You ready?
Woo! Woo! Okay, so I want you to take a moment and imagine that you have to move your house and your job. Internationally, you need to downsize your home, prepare it to be a rental, find a property manager, find a home overseas, find a place to board your cats, because before you fly overseas, you're going to drive across country to get your kids settled at college. You're going to do all of this with your spouse of opposite organizing style, and your deadline to do this, well, it's 2 months. Anybody here feel stressed out from that scenario?
Yes.
Right, maybe have that yourself. Stop right there, because your next call is me. I am Amy Boyke. As you know, I'm a professional organizer and I specialize in move management. I'm like your wedding planner, but for your move. I work with, oh yeah, that's my holy shit, Batman. I work with the LGBTQ and allied people, professionals and entrepreneurs who are ready to delegate and get organized so they can experience more space in their mind, their heart, and their home, and have more fun doing what they love. That story I told you, well, that couple is now on their way to Scotland, and what they said and worked with me, best decision we ever made to seek you out.
Yeah.
Seattle is growing, and so is my team, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you so much.
So great. All right.
Any questions?
Yeah, questions.
How do you scale what you do beyond yourself?
For larger jobs, I pull in organizing contractors, and I have contractors that help with all the different things, and I project manage and then help with things like downsizing, managing all the people, and setting up people's homes.
Is your unique value proposition the personalized support which you will provide, or is it on the cost side or other things as well?
Good question. So yes, definitely like providing that kind of support for people, like Typically, someone's like really super busy, or they really have no idea, like this couple, like, oh my God, 2 months, how are we gonna get all that done? Where do we go? Where do we get good services? You know, I use vetted contractors and stuff to pull in for all the services and stuff, and then definitely a cost value proposition.
Let's say if I'm moving from Asia to US, and is my stuff insured? Like, is there any insurance component involved in that? Like, if I'm moving something, it gets broken because you are using contractors and other stuff.
Yes, so you choose your level of insurance with your move company, Sometimes people have chosen their move company already when they onboard me, and then sometimes it's they want me to find that for them.
How are clients currently finding you?
I found a lot online. I have all 5-star reviews online, Google, and a lot of finds from Yelp. And the more that my business gets known, my word of mouth referrals definitely building also. Any other questions?
I have a question. This experience could possibly be a tremendously stressful time for the couple. Let's just assume it's a couple. Do you how do you mitigate that outside of just logistically? There's obviously are you kind of almost the wedding planner that's communicating on both sides, and I would assume it's very, very challenging for a family to do this. How integrated into their life do you get?
Well, some people have been like, oh, it's kind of like you become part of my family for a little while, which is kind of true. I take my clients to heart, and there definitely is some hand-holding. I've helped one gal move out of a really terrible relationship, and so, literally there's times where I spent probably a half hour or longer just talking to her, listening to her, supporting her, just coaching her through, it's not your responsibility, about the other person kind of thing, just the feelings you have. In working with this couple of opposite organizing styles, there was a lot of hair pulling and stuff, and I worked with him, and then I worked with her, and I listened to what they say, and if there's something that is well, I say this, well, I say that, then we have a conversation about it. Yeah, I'm a part of people's emotional experiences, and I'm there. My first degree is in psychology, so I originally was going to be a counselor, and then I decided that wasn't the right avenue for me. But I bring that, my listening and stuff, and just really I really value my clients. I feel close to them, and it matters to me. It matters their experience, and it matters that I'm being trusted with this incredibly personal experience, and so I take that seriously.
Yeah, I see a way to scale that for sure. I actually see a way to make this could be a big company. But any other questions?
Why do you love doing this, and how did you get started?
Well, I have this weird German heritage that sort of makes me naturally organized in some ways. So I found a way to monetize that. I actually it was suggested by a manager. I was working at a health club at one point. She's like, "You're really great at organizing. Have you ever decided to be a professional organizer?" And I was like, "Oh wait, I could do that." So that's kind of how I fell into it. But I've always just kind of been that way. And what was the second part?
How did you get started? Why do you love it?
Oh yeah, and I love it because I love to help improve the quality of people's lives. So if I can help you move from your place with less crap, and move with only what you love, so that you can spend more time, doing what you love because you're not all bogged down by all this stuff, that super matters to me and super matters to the client. I really like nesting homes too, so I get to, my partner doesn't like me to change the home, so I also found a way to set up home over and over and over again without making my partner mad.
That's the secret right there. Okay, let's give it up. That was perfect. Oh my God. All right, last one. Are we ready? Therapy.
Now raise your hand if you had a frustrating experience with a slowing phone or a dying battery. You know what a frustrating experience leads to? A new phone. Worldwide, 1.5 billion smartphones are sold every year, and they end up in landfill in just 1 or 2 years. Imagine a phone that can last longer and can be easy to maintain. My name is Sharad, and this is TerraQ, world's first smartphone with a 4-year warranty. Most phones are like the car on the left. They are jazzy, but break down easily. TerraQ on the other hand is like an everyday car. Practical, lasts longer. Is it any good? It's like the phone in your pocket, less than half the price, but double the life. But we are not just selling you a phone. We are giving you a world-class, parallel, white glove experience. We'll not only fix all the defects, but also take care of the battery changes, slowing phones, or any screen cracks. And you'll get 2-way free shipping and express replacements. So if you like our mission, help us connect with media and influencers. We have some prototypes here. If you like to play with them, that'll be great.
All right! Questions?
Have you considered partnering with the cell phone providers to give a portion of their revenue to the environment?
We did, and till now, what we have done, we have been around for 10 years. We have sold other electronics as well. Our experience has been direct to consumer. So that comes first to me, then kind of doing a lot of partners and kind of leading them, okay, can you carry my product and do that. So we're trying this first, and we'll partner with some carriers later on as well.
So are you pulling a network with you, or you're network agnostic?
Not right now. This is an unlocked phone. You can put, it's a GSM phone, so you can put AT&T, T-Mobile, other some MVNOs like Cricket Wireless and Metro PCS. But yeah, it's not any carrier right now.
How are you bringing this to the market?
So we're launching on Kickstarter in September. And so that's the other we ask. Feel free to connect. And there is a page as well where you can sign up for notifications.
What's your price point?
Great question. So the MSRP is $349. On Kickstarter, there will be some discounts as well. So yeah, definitely connect.
Are you reselling an OEM phone, or do you have your own custom hardware?
So the hardware is not custom. We have partnered with a contract manufacturer. What we have done though is partnered with them to improve the specs so that specs last longer. It's not a phone for today. We want it to last 4 years, and that's what we have done with the manufacturer.
Like hardware is one aspect, like second is the software as well, and massive change happens in 18 months. The microprocessor power changes every 18 months, doubles up. So as long as the hardware is not changing, after 18 months or 2 years, the phone is supposed to get slow, or you stop the OS updates. What's your plan around that?
Great question. The thought here is for the other people, the incentive is not there to keep the phones working longer. And if you have heard, last year Apple was slowing down their phones deliberately. So again, with the intent for 4 years, I mean, our focus will be to keep the updates sleek and not slow down the phone. I mean, obviously 4 years ahead, so we'll know more as we go along. But
is there any testing or any benchmarks which has helped you find this 4-year term?
not right now. For me, this is like Prime 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Bezos just announced he didn't know how to do 2-day shipping. He just said, okay, let's do 2-day shipping and we'll figure it out.
We got time for one more question.
What's your operating system and how are you handling app development?
So this is fully open source Android with Google certification. As of now, we are not developing any apps. So yeah, we're just putting Android as it is.
All right, let's hear it for Terry Q. Nice. How about we give it up for all the presenters? Oh my gosh. I've seen a lot of pitches, and this 4 or 5 in a row were great. I mean, I really didn't have to stop anyone. Pretty much you all made the time or finished right on time. So we are now at the time to vote. So this QR code, you have a piece of paper in front of you, or you can scan it on the screen. Your phone, you open the camera pointed at that, it should pop up the poll to vote. If you're new, if you have never used Founders Live before, it's going to kick you into a little bit of a sign-up process. Walk through that really quickly, but here's the key, and you all need to listen. Go back to the poll after you've signed up or signed in, and make sure your vote has counted. So it doesn't necessarily remember. You're going to touch a button, and then it's going to say, hey, sign in or sign up real quick. It doesn't remember your vote. You need to go back and just double check and touch that button again, the one that you want to choose. So we're going to take a few minutes. Probably 5 or 10 minutes. We'll turn on some music. You can grab another drink if you want, and then we will find out which one we thought was the best pitch tonight. All right.
say hi. We connected over email. Yeah. So, awesome. Yeah. Really appreciate what you're doing in this space. What was that journey like? Or like why'd you even go? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Good to see you. Dude, it's been epic. It's awesome. I mean, it's epic. It's every city it's a new experience. Exactly. This happens like every city there's a moment like this. So like here and doing it, the same response. It's weird.
Well, right now, I mean, the future of Congress right now is online. This is what gets people in. But yeah, 100%, we need to get more people interacting online.
We have just a few minutes, but hey, let's give it up for you, Script. Great job. So, my question, well, first of all, congratulations, you win the winner's package, which is $20,000 to Google Cloud. You win an opportunity and a choice to join me on the new Founders Live podcast that we're just rolling out right now. So that's exciting. I'm so excited to start talking with founders around the world, and many more things that are coming down the line. But my question is, where did this idea come from? I love to hear about the origin stories. There is got to be something behind it. So where did this come from?
So I've been in precision medicine for 20 years, and Michael's story that I told was in Fortune magazine in 2000. And I actually worked at one of the first labs in the country to offer genetic tests that help determine drugs at doses. And I was talking to a lot of doctors, pharmacists, and patients. And so we started generating these reports, paper reports that had color-coded drugs on them. And then I realized those reports were quickly wrong. And they also didn't take into account other things that impacted drugs. So they gave people a false sense of security. This is a green drug, so I should use it. And I realized that for genetics like this to really scale, a tool like YouScript needed to exist. And so created a web-based version, and then raised some money to make it enterprise scalable and get it into your doctor's health record.
That's great. And what year was this?
So YouScript was established in August of 2016.
Very good. Very good. And walk us through what you see in the next, where do you see the company going in the next handful of years?
So my grand vision, if you're familiar with healthcare, SureScripts is like the e-plumbing for e-prescribing. So if you go to the doctor and they're like, where do you pick your prescription up? Writing. They send that electronically to write it, and they're like, here's your prescription when you get there. We want to be the e-plumbing for precision prescribing. So we have a secure cloud-based repository in the Amazon cloud. With proper patient permission, we can then provide real-time drug and dose optimization guidance based on the latest evidence anywhere a prescription decision is being prescribed or dispensed. So really it's a way to make sure that the knowledge is fed in real time anywhere those decisions are made.
That's great. Well, let's hear it one more time for you, sir. Good job. So we are about to close up here the show. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, but I just want to let's hear it one more time for all the presenters. Great job. Good job. It is not easy to stand up in front of a crowd and deliver a time pitch to be under that time frame. So, just a few closing thoughts, and if I can get everyone's attention, just real quick, I want to thank, Donald, right over here, raise your hand, Don. Let's thank him for the live stream. Thank you so much, man. He did that on a whim, and I really appreciate it. All right, so this, again, will be the last time I'll be in Seattle for a while. You saw the calendar, you saw the schedule. I now go international. And I will be back here, for sure. But I just want to say, one thing that I have experienced on the road is that, and if I can get everyone's attention, this is a big deal, okay? This is a big, important statement. Is that, not every, our city is blessed and our city is unique, but also our city is very, I don't know what the word is, we all look the same, okay? And I have been in cities where I have been the minority, and I'm telling you that it's one of the most amazing, blessed things that I can do is to get out and go to other communities and realize that it ain't just about me, and it ain't just about what I look like and the skin color that I have. And so I would encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and go to other communities, go to other cities, and learn about what they're dealing with. So that's been a huge lesson of mine, and I hope that you can take that for whatever it's worth. And I think that there's lessons here in Seattle that we can improve the diversity that we see in the room that we're in right now, or the rooms that we are in. So can we just give it up for that? That's important. And the countries that I go to next, it's a whole different story. I'm really excited to go to Europe, to London. I'm excited to go to Africa. I'm excited to go to South America. And then I will be back here at the end of the year, and then I'm starting to plan 2020. Oh my gosh! Like I talked about last time when I was here, you will start seeing some really cool stuff around the show. We'll start shooting that, and who knows where that goes from there. So excited to release that information when it happens. And but again, like I said last time, if I'm not here, it doesn't matter. You're still here, and you guys grow it. You grow this, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it for here. We can hang out for a little longer, right around 9:15. Let's get out of here. A group will go to Art Marble, which is right down the street. If you want to follow along and continue, come say hi. And again, you know anyone in any cities, come talk to me. And if you want to work together or partner, come talk to me. All right? Enjoy.